Today we are going to change out the horn on the Mercedes Sprinter van from the awesome horn it came with to the horn we ordered from Agile Off-Road. So here we go.
So we ordered the new horn kit from Agile Off-Road, and it replaces the horn that the Mercedes comes with that sounds like a Vespa scooter with a better horn from Pia. And they also gave you a pre-done wire loom, so it's everything is plug and play, and then a bracket they designed to hold both the horns with the factory bolt-in locations. So we'll get it started. So the first step is you need to remove the 3 Torx or star bit bolts at the top of the grill, and that is going to be a T25 to remove those. So the next step, we've chosen to not remove the grill completely, just tilt it forward. I don't want to mess with the plastic clips along the bottom of the grill, and there is enough space to work to get what we need done without removing the grill completely. And so on the side of each grill here on a 19, if you look inside here, there's a little detent you have to push in. So you can push that in, that pops the grill loose right there on that side, and use a trim removal tool so you're not damaging the paint. And same thing on this side, it pops it out, and then it gives you enough space that you can get to the 2 bolts you got to pull out here to mount the new horn, and then you can absolutely reach the horn wires down there to cut and splice. So the next 2 bolts you got to remove again are T25, and they are located right here on the front mounting bracket right here where your camera wire goes through and the grill mounts to. So right here and right here. And that will loosen that bracket up to mount the Agile bracket. So your next step will be to mount the new horns to the supplied bracket from Agile, and they give you all the supplied bolts, washers, and lock washers, and they're going to be 11mm to mount them on there. So your next step is going to be to install the new horn assembly into the location that it's going to end up, which is behind the grill cross member. And I chose to reuse the factory Torx head bolts instead of using the supplied hardware that Agile provided, just to prevent any drilling so I could return it to stock if I need to. So it just slides down and in. And tighten them up with your T25. So the next step is going to be just to plug in the wiring harness that Agile provided, and the side that has the blue connectors on it is going to go to where your factory horn location is to splice into, and then obviously first horn, second horn on the new horn setup. And they just plug in positive, positive, negative to negative. So once you get your horns plugged in, you're going to want to go to the factory horn location, which is this little guy right here. And below it, you're going to see a blue wire with a red stripe and then a brown wire. You're going to want to clip those, and that is what your new wiring harness will plug into. So if you clip high enough up against where the factory horn is, you actually have enough wire to feed it out through the grill to make it a lot easier to strip the wires. Makes it a little bit easier to get to versus trying to fight the grill to get to it. So actually with the new Agile wiring harness, there's enough extra to get out through the grill as well to make crimping the wires super easy without having to pull the grill out. So your black wire, your ground for the horns, will go to the brown, and then the red wire will go to the blue with the brown or red stripe on it. So Agile actually does a really good job, and they give you really good connectors that have a heat shrink on them to make everything nice and watertight. So heat gun or a lighter, and it'll shrink everything up. Just like that. So the next step is to remove the factory horn, and that's going to be a 10 mil. And if you look inside here on the back of the horn itself, there is one 10 millimeter bolt right there. So just break it loose with your hand. And pull your factory horn out. And I'm going to leave the factory mounting horn bracket in there because I'm going to zip tie the new wiring harness to it. By retaining the factory horn bracket, if you take a look in here, I just ran one zip tie through here, and then the wiring is nice and tight coming across, and then everything else just kind of falls down where the factory wiring went itself. So I didn't have to drill the cruise bracket. I didn't have to take the grill off. It was pretty simple just by leaving that bracket there. One zip tie and everything is clean and out of the way. And my grill is still in one piece, so I didn't break any plastic pieces trying to get it off.
So all in all, once we got started, we decided it was best not to remove the grill from the van. We were afraid we were going to break the plastic brackets on the bottom of the front grill. And then Eric was able to get everything wired and mounted by just kind of gently pulling the grill away from the front of the van, and it worked out really good.